back to Dixie Alley Weather Center. My name is Caleb Crick. Today is Monday, October 13th, 2025, and I've got a lot of updates for you today, especially concerning the return of severe weather to parts of the Dixie Alley. As we go into the end of this week, we'll see many fronts moving in from the west that will bring with them a lot of cool air mixing with a lot of moist air from the Gulf that will result in a lot of severe weather days as we go down the road. As we get deeper into fall, we'll start to see a lot more of these cool air blasts that will result in a lot of strong to severe storms, the return of some strong to severe storms to many parts of the Dixie Alley, and I'll be talking about that, going more into detail of what areas could be seeing some level of severe weather as we go into the weekend. I'll also be talking about the tropics. Yes, we are not done with the tropics. We have Tropical Storm Lorenzo right now out there in the Atlantic Ocean. That will curve away, not even causing any problems to any land in the near future, but we have another tropical wave moving off the coast of Africa that will likely move towards the Caribbean and possibly move into the Caribbean down the road. With those warm sea temperatures, we could definitely see something spin up down the road. I know it's a little ways out, but so we have a lot of time to track it. But once again, we are not done with hurricane season by any means, and we still have many areas to track. All this and more included in this video, so let's get right into it. Here's a look at our view from satellite imagery right now, and you can see we still have a really impressive system right now off the coast of the United States. One down here off the coast of the Carolinas that has just spun up off our main low pressure system that's up here off the coast of Delaware and New Jersey. There are actually state of emergencies now out for parts of New Jersey and Delaware right now with the impacts they're seeing. A lot of onshore, very strong wind gusts resulting in some power outages and some very heavy rain that is causing some coastal erosion up here in the northeast. But we also have a secondary low pressure system that has just formed behind that. And we already saw a lot of impacts along the East Coast, but we're going to continue to see those impacts as this system sits here over the next few days. We're going to continue to see rain up and down the East Coast. The farther you go down to the south, Florida's looking beautiful today. No clouds even in the area today. But the further you go out to north and parts of South Carolina and North Carolina, the eastern half of those states, we will have the chance for some more showers and thunderstorms, cooler temperatures throughout the day today, more mild temperatures, and some higher chances of some more rainfall throughout the day. The rest of the Dixie Alley, though, still clear. We've been enjoying the very nice weather over the past few days, I may say, throughout this weekend. It's been beautiful, very low temperatures today. At my house, we got a low of 48, which is pretty cool, and I just live in northern Alabama. Just think of the temperatures up in the Appalachian Mountains. We saw some areas getting into the upper 30s and low 40s, which is some temperatures we really haven't seen in a very long time. So it's really beautiful throughout the rest of the Dixie Alley. The only problem is we are starting to see some of those drought conditions, especially the farther you go out to the west, with the lack of rainfall over the past couple of weeks that has led to some drying out. So once again, I do expect a return of some moisture as we go down the road, though, possibly in the form of some severe weather. And this is something we really haven't seen in a very long time. The Storm Prediction Center has just issued a Day 6 slight risk of severe weather for parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley, including areas like Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, northern Louisiana, parts of western Tennessee and Mississippi, into parts of Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois, for the risk of some scattered severe weather as we go into the day on Saturday. We expect a big low-pressure system to be moving through the area, carrying a lot of cool air behind it. In front of that, we are expecting a warming trend with some moist, warm temperatures, some dew points maybe in the 60s that will promote some very unstable conditions and result in a risk for some severe weather, damaging winds and tornadoes, damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes, all a possibility. That's what the Storm Prediction Center is saying as we go into the weekend. We could even see this upgraded and then even Sunday moved off towards the east with the environment that we are seeing for this system. And this will continue as we go deeper into fall. We'll start to see many more rounds of severe weather. That's what we call our second severe weather season down here in the Dixie Alley. We have our biggest one is in April and May, and then we have another secondary one throughout late October into throughout the month of November is when it really gets kicked off. But we are expecting some level of severe weather as we go into the weekend. Not expecting a full-fledged severe weather outbreak, but we will have to keep our eye on this, especially with this being so far out in the future and the confidence already being that strong for severe weather. So I'm continuing to keep my eye on this. It's something we really need to watch going forward. Here's a look at what the radar could look like as we go into the next week or so. This is what it's looking like right now. We have our low pressure systems off the coast of the United States, just causing some excess rainfall in parts of the Northeast, which isn't necessarily a bad thing with all the drought conditions we've been seeing up there. We will also see some, scattered to isolated showers throughout the day today, mainly on the coasts of South Carolina and North Carolina, and really not causing any flooding troubles. But there will definitely be some dangerous seas. Don't be out there in the water. The very high wave heights and rip currents definitely still being a problem. And we could definitely still see some wind gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour, especially on the beaches. So once again, still hazardous waters. But eventually, as we go into the future, this will eventually move away from the United States, eventually ending its troubles along the East Coast. But another thing that we will start to see move into the big picture here is this low pressure system that will try to squeeze its way through the Rocky Mountains, and eventually will, as we go into the middle of this week, eventually moving into the Great Plains and starting to strengthen. We will likely start to see this gain momentum and eventually turn into a very potent system. The low pressure system will be sitting up there in lower Canada, but the impacts will be felt all the way throughout the United States, and some possibly severe weather along that line as we go into the weekend. You can see this is by Friday and into Saturday, nearing the end of this week. Scattered showers and thunderstorms growing in confidence along a strong line with very cool temperatures moving in behind it. This would be a negatively tilted trough, which would allow for some spin. We could definitely see some preseason tornadoes with this system as it moves through. Once again, I'm not expecting this to be a huge outbreak, but it's definitely looking like a more organized system, a system we haven't seen in a system like we haven't seen in a while. So we'll eventually start to see this move through the area. Unfortunately, this is where the model run ends, but we can definitely see the growing confidence for some level of strong to severe storms as we go into the weekend, something we really need to watch. Regardless, it will result in some much-needed rainfall across many of these areas that have been seeing drought conditions for a long time. But the severe weather is still a growing concern that we have to continue to monitor. And like I said, even without the severe weather, you guys can say goodbye to the drought, as the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook from the Weather Prediction Center shows much above average precipitation for much of the Dixie Alley, especially the central portions, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Georgia, parts of the panhandle of Florida, and into Tennessee, where we expect much above average rainfall, and that's just for much of the Dixie Alley. No areas highlighted for below average rainfall, so doesn't mean some areas won't see as much rainfall as others, but just be ready as we will see multiple storm systems likely move through as we go into the end of this week and throughout the beginning of next week, where we will start to see a lot more rainfall throughout many portions of the Dixie Alley, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but is a very good thing, especially for those areas that do need the rainfall, especially farther off to the west, where we've been dry for many weeks. Now, unfortunately, it will be coming in the form of some potential severe weather, but once again, the thing that we can all be thankful for is the abundance of rainfall that we will be seeing down the road. And let's just take a quick look at some of the rain totals that we could see with these storm systems as they move through, as we go throughout the rest of this week and through the beginning of next week. You can see as this big storm system moves through, it's going to cause a lot of rainfall for practically everyone in the Dixie Alley, but the main hotspots being the west and into parts of the central and northern Dixie Alley areas, picking up from 1 to maybe even 3 or 4 inches in some areas. You can see in parts of northern Mississippi and northern Alabama picking up on some of the heaviest of the rainfall. But these areas will shift from time to time, just letting you know that we will be seeing a lot of rainfall with this system as it moves through. Just be ready for some more rainfall. The next few days are going to still remain clear, but as we go into the middle and end of this week, we will start to see the return of some more heavy rainfall starting in the west and moving towards the east as we go into this weekend and to the beginning of next week. So just get ready for that. The drought is going to be over, at least for the time being, as we go into the end of this week into the beginning of next week, and it practically doesn't end there. Most of the models are showing even more rainfall move through even after that, even raising the rain totals even higher. So that's just something we can look forward to as we go down the road. I know some of it may come in the form of some severe weather, but the good news is that we will be seeing a lot of much-needed rainfall for many areas in the Dixie Alley. And just taking a quick check-in on our tropics right now, you can see we do have Tropical Storm Lorenzo now out here in the main development region of the Atlantic Ocean. This will be curving out to sea rather soon, away from the United States and away from any land in general, with maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. That will stay relatively the same as it curves out to sea. We can look at this from a distance, a long distance, not going to be causing any problems to land. But there is another area we will have to watch that is coming off the coast of Africa right now that will move through some of the same areas, but possibly move farther off to the west, as we will likely see high pressure start to build off to the north again, with most of the models already developing this. So we'll have to continue to watch this. No areas outlined by the National Hurricane Center at the moment, but there definitely could be as we go into the next few days. So something we really need to watch going down the road, going into the weekend and into the beginning of next week. But for right now, things are remaining very quiet throughout the tropics right now. And once again, that is all the weather info I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe for more video updates like this one. I'll try to keep you updated on this system as it moves over the Rockies and towards the Dixie Alley as we go into the coming days, possibly posing a threat for severe weather. I'll continue to track that for you, all the updates here on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and keep checking back for updates as they come out. I'll continue to let you know if any changes are made, especially as we still have more tropical areas to watch going down the road. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video, and I will see you in the next one.